Hello, hello. Good evening. How is everybody doing? Questions box. Can you hear me? Can you please write in the questions box if you can hear me? I'm just putting the question box up here. You should be able to see it in a bit. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Here we go. And this. Okay. And I'm also going to share the questions box with it. Okay, so can you please confirm if you can see the questions box on the screen as well? Brilliant, Zara, thank you very much. All right, so today's session. How many of you found the last session interesting? And what we discussed in the last session was, thank you, Zara. Okay, yes. What we discussed in the last session was about business models and about pitches. Yes, very interactive, good brainstorming. Um, okay, 10x. Yes, that's an interesting thing. Thank you, Anas. Thank you for reminding. The 10x rule, interactive, inspiring. Let's discuss content. Let's discuss what content did you find interesting. I mean, I'm once again looking at three key takeaways from the session. Content, guys. I know it was motivational, it was informative, all good. Muzaffar, thank you very much. 10x again. Yes. Zara, timing to launch your idea. Okay. Asad, I think, has multiple points. 10x once again. What we have in mind to start business. Okay. Athar Mukhtar, Umair Ashraf, creativity. Okay. Asad Rafiq saying valid business idea. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Business ideas. Team, how important is people, resources, team, manpower, people with passion, how important is that? Planning, timing, implementing the idea. Muzaffar, thank you very much. If it is just idea, you don't get paid for ideas, you get paid for implementing. Polishing skills, improving, increasing efficiency of our skills to do better at work. Thank you, Yapka. Okay, all right. Usman Ali, idea, resources, timing. Thank you, Usman. Three things. Execution, once again, Tijamu, focus on outcome. Nadia, brilliant. Focus on outcome, not actions. This eliminates unnecessary actions. Focus on the outcome. And I'm sure you're referring to the video that we watched as well. Keep in mind the results when thinking of business. Yes, we should always have a focus on results. Evaluate ideas using pilot. Okay. Allison, informative from entrepreneurship point of view. Okay, that's very generic. Um, Driving force for buying, demand versus need. I mean, the demand supply or the demand need gap that encourages the buying behavior, that dictates the buying behavior. Okay. All right, there was a question that was posed yesterday, and probably some of you might also be. I picked that message up from Ellison Benjamin's comment, and the comment is informative from entrepreneurship point of view. Do you think all that we have seen is useful from any other standpoint other than starting your own business? Is it? starting your own business? Is this relevant from any other point of view as well, other than just starting your own business? Do you think that's a good question to put up? Zara, yes, it is relevant. And could you elaborate? Okay, Anas is saying, or he didn't get it. So, what my question was, this conversation that we are having, about business ideas, about all that you've said up there, execution, polishing, planning, timing, demand, supply, 10x, can all this be used for anything other than a startup idea? Nadia Rahim said, yes, project management. Very well, yes. It can be any project, anything, whether it's on a job that you are doing, it's a project that your company is running, it's leading, it's your own business idea, right? Your own performance, very right, Nadia. It can be used in personal and professional life, yes, and can lead to very focused you know uh, very focused thoughts on how to how to pitch your success, or how to pitch the services that you're providing. Okay, so in this case, I mean, the stakeholder, the customer segment could be a smaller segment who are the stakeholder of your company, right? Not necessarily people who are going to buy your product or service, or a business for which you're going to sell your services out. It could be your own company as well. So yes, this conversation is relevant from that perspective, but also this conversation is relevant from the perspective of creativity, of using this part of the brain which is more creative, being more creative with ideas, being more creative with identifying problems that you're trying to solve, which may become the need for customers, for your customers. So from that perspective also, I mean, having thought about ideas, it doesn't really matter whether or not your idea is fully implementable or not. Yes, it's a big consideration that you must have, and therefore this automatically becomes a relevant conversation when you're looking at, or you're cross-checking your own creativity. So today, what we're going to do is, let's see what people have said. Bring innovation and automation of processes. Yes, all right, thank you. It's true for a job as well. Anas, thank you very much. Actually, at the end, what you're doing something either for your business or for any other's business. Yeah. Business performance analysis. Yes, a business analysis as such. Very right. So that's exactly why this content has been brought in. Um, Having said that, I would, I mean, even those who don't want to set up their own business, I would want them to start thinking, at least in their mind right now, on how can interesting business ideas be conceptualized. Um, Believe me or not, there comes a stage when Sajid did talk about the big resignation, the trends setting up in or the trends being established in the US. Um, has COVID, brought about any change in the market with respect to employment versus entrepreneurship? I can tell you, yes, people are now moving more towards, entrepreneurship, business ideas, having your own work, working for yourself. Yeah, that's how we define it. So working for yourself. So sooner or later, I can tell you, this sphere is going to change very rapidly. Yeah, and therefore we want our members, our future members, to be prepared with that mindset, with that thought process. We want people to be prepared for that, and that's why this conversation is coming in. If you don't find this conversation relevant at the moment, I would still suggest that you take active part, and try to open up the parts of your brain that help you in creative thinking. So I think that's one very important purpose of what we are going to do. Um, what our plan is that I'm going to do for today, I mean, plan for today and then for the next week, that I'm going to share a business model canvas with you. I think uh, it's already up in the handouts. So if you open up the handouts, it is that Word document by the name Business Model Canvas. Okay, so this document is available. Please download this document, and today we will work on it. I will just put it up on the screen to let you see how it looks like. Okay, so this is how the business model canvas looks like. And today we will be working on this. We will be plotting this business model canvas. Can has anyone already seen this canvas or has done some work, to populate it, to start working on it? Yes, no? Has anyone seen this document before? Is my screen covering the model? Aksa, no. Okay. Anybody else who has looked at this canvas, this business model, has worked on it? Nope. Okay. Two people out of what, 46? Not yet. Okay. Athar, thank you. Guys, just type yes or no. YN. Nope, 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 no, 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 no. All right. Okay, it seems that I'm getting a feeling that people have not. So, we are going to work with this canvas to plot our business ideas, to start thinking rationally in terms of, what the business plan is, what are we proposing, which customer segments are we targeting, what is our, strength, the unique selling proposition for our business, as we call it, the USP, the value proposition, right? What activities, what resources, who will be your partners, what would be your revenue projection, and which customer segments are you going to target, which channel are you going to use, and then in the end, we come to the cost structure. But just to share a few videos with you first, and when you're thinking about business ideas, um, think about do's and don'ts. Yeah, think about do's and don'ts. Think about, how clear you should be with that idea. How simple should that idea be? Yesterday, or day before yesterday, rather, we had a conversation about what could be the basis, origin of your business idea. So, anyone remembers what we discussed? What could be the basis of your business idea? The origin, a hint, a lead, a thread from where you can start thinking. What could it be? Resolving an issue. Excellent. A problem in the society. Very relevant. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, your business idea normally originates from a problem. That could be, transporting, getting from one place to another. That could be eating. That could be clothing. That could be, what else? Some services, some key business services for which you don't want to maybe have your own workforce in place. So it could be that. It could be many other things. It could be making life simpler. It could be um, making your work performance easier. Yeah. So if you see in your app store, there are apps which are performance related, so performance apps, right? Or if it could be an application to for recreation purposes. It could be that. So behind all these supply chain, yes, exactly. I'm sorry, I was not reading. Objective emphasizing to solve a problem. Anas, thank you very much. Yeah. So behind all these business ideas that you see, there is a problem that these business ideas try to resolve. We have some hand raises as well. We'll very quickly look at that, and then we'll go on to watch a couple of videos today, and we're going to see, good business ideas from bad business ideas. What could be, uh, what could be the basis, and before and then after that we will start plotting this business model canvas. So we have Mohammed Imran Hussain who's trying to speak. I'm going to unmute Imran. Yes, you have the right to unmute yourself now. Speak, please. Mohammed Imran Hussain, you got your hand raised. You have been unmuted. Okay, so let's leave him at that. If he gets the message, he'll probably come off mute and discuss. Okay, so um, the problem originates, sorry, the business model or a business proposition originates from a problem. So that's what we were discussing. Let's look at a video and see, how has that problem been identified? How has that problem been addressed? How was the preparation? This is a Shark Tank video that I'm going to share with you. Just look at that, and then we'll come back and discuss it. So here we go with our new Shark Tank video. Okay, I'm seeing a problem here. I think this video has been barred by YouTube because it had some content clash. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the link of this video in the chat box, and we are going to have to watch it on our own. So where do we go? Just give me a minute on this. All of you can go to the chat box. I'm pasting the link there. Home. And I'm sending it to everyone. Okay. Can you please confirm to me, first of all, if you can see the link in the chat box? Sarah Batul, we are discussing business values, or sorry, business model canvas, and we are going to watch a video. Okay, can you copy this link and paste it in your browser, or otherwise just directly click on it? Yes, the name of the video is Shark Tank Fairy Shoes, Worst Pitch Ever. Shark Tank Fairy Shoes, Worst Pitch Ever. Let me see if it works on my system. It says the video is not available anymore. Oh my God. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Let me see if this one works in another way. Okay. Okay. Just give me a second. My apologies. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Okay, you would have received another link now. Let me try to run it myself as well. Oh, come on. Why has this been removed now? Again, the same message. Don't bother trying. I am going to look for another source. Yeah, I know, I know. Just going to pick up another message.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sylvie Shapiro. And I'm Nicole Brooks. Sharks, we are asking you for $75,000 for a 15%.
Okay, here it goes now. The complete link. Can you try this one, the third one that I've sent you? I'm going to run it myself as well. Yeah, I think previously I had an issue in copying the right link. The third one,
Hi,
it
I'm
was
Dr.
working
Sylvie
now.
Shapiro. And I'm Nicole Brooks.
Yes, the third one, the third link should be working. Omar Essen, try the third link that I've shared with you. It has a YS in the end. It's a 9-minute video. It should be working. Yeah. All right. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to watch it. 6:25, 6:35.
হ্যালো, কনে তুই তো সার্টিফিকেট উঠিয়ে দিলাম না তোরে। কি যে হ্যাঁ ফোন দিয়ে জিজ্ঞেস কর কি লাগবো আমি জানি না। নিয়ে আয়, সমস্যা কি, কাগজে করে দৌড়া নিয়ে। আচ্ছা, আমি এই ঘরে নামাজ পড়ুম। আচ্ছা।
Okay, were you able to watch it? I'm also looking at hand raises, please. You've been able to watch the video. Sheikh Muhammad Waqas. Is that Waqas? Yes. No. Sumbul Samin, why not? Daniel, yes. Nadia, yes. Kamran saying yes. Those who have not been able to, now you'll have to carefully listen to the conversation. Anybody else who's watched? And if I can, I want to talk to a few people. So Hamza Khawar and Imran Hussein. Imran probably has been there. Imran, can you try to talk? You raised your hand earlier. I think Imran unmuted, but you're unable to talk. I'm unmuting Hamza Khawar right now. Yes, Hamza, you've been unmuted. Please unmute yourself and Hamza Khawar, your hand is raised. Atar Mukhtar, okay, we can wait. Hamza Khawar has lowered his hand probably. So, I mean, for those who have watched the video, let me bring in Muhammad Danial. Muhammad Danial, if you can raise your hand, I want to find out from you what did you observe in this video. Muhammad Danial, I want to see your hand raised. Muhammad, unmuting
Assalamu
you,
alaikum.
going after Muhammad
Good evening,
Danial.
sir.
Right after this, Hijab Zedi, you next. Muhammad Danial, go.
Can you hear me,
See
sir?
you unmuted. Is there something wrong on my hear me?
Yes, sir. Your internet is a little bit
My
lagging here.
internet is lagging. I know that. Let me try to switch my internet connectivity, internet connection. Let me see if that works. My internet. Who's that? Somebody's unmuted. Yeah, Imran Hussain, you unmuted and you were echoing, putting you back on mute. Okay, Daniel, I don't think you have spoken. Can you try that? Otherwise, I'm going to
Okay, sure.
go
Thank you,
for
sir.
that.
Good evening,
Yes, please.
and all, and Assalamu alaikum. Uh,
Tell me.
when the video starts, I think that I feel the idea is so unique, and she was so enthusiastic in the start, and all the sharks there, they mentioned it that you are so enthusiastic and energetic in the start, but when you go down to the presentation, the points you present here are not that much strong. I think where the professional things came in, like related to the app stuff, maybe
Mhm.
most of the sharks, their members, they mentioned this thing that when the idea of our specifically related to payment methods, which they mentioned there, which was like, I think 2 or 3 days back, there was a problem with the payment methods, and they mentioned it there. And secondly, like few of them are
Mention.
like few of them are like there are a lot of big competitors in the market, like in the shoe market. So
Mm-hmm.
when they know and they get to know about that idea, they must come up with the unique one and with the better one instead of their idea.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
the last person, which I think Mr. Mark, he takes some risk to invest in their idea, in their project, this just because if they even able to satisfy him with their work, with the app and with their performance, and if they do so, then he might going to invest in their project, otherwise not. But
Mm.
even he took a big chunk of profit, like 40%.
Yeah. Equity.
Yeah, exactly. Thank
Yes.
you.
So thank you very much, Daniel. Very comprehensively covered. I'm going to give a chance to Anas and Hijab as well. So very quickly, if anything other than what uh, Daniel has mentioned. So Anas, your turn.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear
Assalamu
me?
alaikum. Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, so the first thing was that, identifying the problem, and which, those moms then, they said the problem is there are a lot of child, shoe size are on the basis of guessing. And they identified that there should be an app so that, an accurate size can be measured for the shoe size. So that was the problem which we were talking about. And the other, I will talk about the last, Daniel covered that very well, that when the third question was asked, that what differentiate you, we can sort of, the unique idea is needed. And she
Mm.
responded that accuracy is something that will, keep us dominant over the other, competitors. So that really attract the mark and put some conditions over there. So I think that will help in that case.
Okay. Thank you, Anas. Hijab, last person to speak, and then I'll conclude and we'll move on to the next video.
The most important thing that they are concerned about is about the code writing, and they are like, it might be possible anyone can copy the code, which is which is the most important point over the conversation, because they are true. Anyone can copy their code, and even the ladies accepted that they find their team to write the code. They didn't write the code on their own. So I felt like the ladies are not properly equipped, and
Mm-hmm.
they didn't research on their product. Like, their idea is unique, which
Hmm.
is the very good point, and they are enthusiastic, but they haven't properly
But that's not
planned
enough.
their presentation. Yeah, they are not equipped enough to attract the sharks, and I guess it's a valid point to pinpoint that what if your code will be copied. They have no
Hmm.
patents at the moment, and they are not sure what next to be coming. And even I realize they have no plan to work over, like how to go overhead. Like, they are just sure that they have this idea that there is an issue, they are on point on the issue, and they are just equipped with the code, but there is no proper planning further how they will go ahead.
Yeah, I think so. The question that what's stopping from other people to copy this idea? They didn't
Exactly.
have an answer. Yeah, it was their brainchild, but they had gotten the work done from a group of developers who developed the app for them. So, in that case, what's stopping from that group of app developers to develop something on their own? Or what's stopping um,
They are
a
their market is like very competitive, and anyone can compete with that codes. What enhancing point, or what else will make them unique?
Yeah,
So
exactly. Exactly. So,
it's the
the shoe company,
main concern.
yeah, the shoe company on its own can come up with an app like this. Should not be a big deal for them, and they can start using. I mean, so what's the point of having an excellent idea which can be copied very easily? So the message there here was that yes, the starting point is a problem, and these women, they had rightly identified this as an issue. But you don't just stop there and have your own business idea in place. You have to think through it, right? So what's unique about this idea? What is the entry barrier for others? So if, let's suppose, you've come in, who's stopping you? And then fine, they had their app available, they had their app advertised, but you also have to think about channels of where else can the app be used. So instead of keeping it to themselves, they could have very easily gone to important, famous, known shoe manufacturers with online presence, and could have sold their app, or allowed um, those shoe manufacturers to start using the app against, let's say, a usage service usage payment. So this is what reflects on your preparation, your thought process, which is exactly why we have this business model canvas in place, to help you think, from end to end, from think very deep about what needs to be brought in, what needs to be done before you start implementing the idea. And these are the things that, I mean, the ones that you see in the business model canvas, these are the things that investors or venture capitalists focus very intently on, and then they want to see if you're prepared very thoroughly with all these aspects. Okay, so that was video number one. We've picked up that identifying a problem is important. If we start from the right in this case, so for example, the customer segments, right? And then customer relationships and the channels. And then the main point is the value proposition, the one big sitting bang in the middle. That is the most important, most thoroughly thought through aspect of your business idea. And then underneath that value proposition, you can then go on to define the key activities. What are the key resources available? Who could you partner with? That's also very important, but that comes automatically after you have come up with the value proposition, right? Cost in this case comes at the right end. And we had discussed this in the past, that as accountants, most of us are straight away drawn into these questions which are written at the bottom. So revenue versus cost. Yeah, what is the profitability? It's important though, but this is not where you begin thinking, right? This is exactly, it comes into the how part, and that should follow after you've done all your analysis, after you've done your value proposition, your identification of who the customers are, etc., etc. And I would want you people to go deeper into looking at your customers. I mean, what is their purchasing power? What can they pay for, right? What channels do they normally use when they're shopping, or when they're trying to use a service, or when they're trying to buy a product, right? So that is exactly the thought process that we would want to be in place for you when you're filling up this business model canvas. Okay, the two other hand raises. Let's very quickly give them a couple of minutes or three, but only if there is anything other than what we've already discussed. So be very, very quick, because then we have to move on. So Norez Khalid, unmuted very quickly. Norez Khalid, Mohammed Norez, yes.
Hello everyone, can you hear me?
Hi, yes, loud and clear. Go on.
Actually, the idea was good, but I would say the lady on the right side was a little bit impatient and sort of annoying, as she was not even listening to the shocks properly.
Mhm.
And suffice it to say, they were not well prepared for it,
Yeah.
I
So
think.
yes, exactly. So patience, listening. I mean, listening is very important rather than speaking. I think their impatience was reflecting exuberance, as in energy or motivation or drive behind that idea. But that is, although it is essential, it is necessary, but that's not the only thing that you need in a business idea. You can be very, very passionate about your idea, but that idea in itself can be crap. it could turn out into an an impractical idea altogether. So all the passion, all the energy, all the drive, you still may not be able to succeed. Hijab Zedi, one sentence only, please. Hurry up. Norez, if you can go back on mute. Sorry, Hijab, I've muted you. Unmuted again, Hijab.
I have already spoken, like I have shared my idea.
Hold hand. So if you can lower the hand as well. Aksa Khan, here you go. If you have anything else to add, yes. Thank you.
Hello everyone.
Hello,
So
Aksa.
yeah, basically, they were saying. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Yes, we can hear you.
basically the points were more or less same. Like they were really enthusiastic about their product. Like they were like, maybe no one can make this product. Like I like to add one point. Like when the shark asked them, like, is your app really that efficient and all that? And if you search app like footwear and all that, what would you find on the internet? And they replied that you will find other app too. So they didn't even, sorry.
No, no, no. Go on, please.
Yes, and one more thing, that the one of the shark mentioned that more or less, like what can you say, the shops have sensor and matrices that if you want to fit some shirts, they can measure your size and all that. So it will be beneficial for them to sell this product, this idea, to those shops, and they could have collaborated, and it will be more beneficial for them and for those shops as well. And further, the mark offered the bid to them. He also added some point in order to secure himself. Like he said that he would test the product if it is feasible or not, if it measures the correct size, shoe size, and contingencies. And further, their code was another problem. Like whoever developed their code, there were no copyright on that code, so
True,
anyone
true.
could have copied their code too.
Very right, very right. So again, highlighting on the points we picked up, when we're talking about customer segments, we're talking about who is going to carry out or generate the most value out of this product. Okay, so would it be individual customers, or would it be companies trying to sell shoes, or would it be online portals where these where where we need metrics and measurement systems in place. So that is where you have to very carefully think through the customer segments. Of course, a customer would, if I have to buy a pair of shoes, would I go on to download an app? Would I want to go and use that app first and then go on to other places to shop, or would it be more convenient if I just go to a website or a portal where shoes are being sold, look at their scales, and on the basis of that make a decision. So convenience is also very, very important of the customer. So that is exactly what we're going to start doing in a little bit. If I can skip the rest of the comments and jump straight onto a second video. And once again, we'll have to resort to watching videos independently. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. You just have to give me a minute. I'll have to figure out the video once again. Okay. Okay, just give me a few minutes so I can dig out that video. Okay, so this is the one. Yeah, here we go. Once again, going into your chat box. Just give me a second for this. Let me first of all try it myself and then share it with you. Sorry, the net is not helping today.
Monica, I just sent you the email with the client notes. Doc now. I think it's an older version. Can you send an updated? Monica, check your messages when you can. There's something important in there.
What are the files the upload? Okay. I need to get them ready for the next meeting.
And done.
Let's go! Monica, you are a rock star. Seriously.
Crushed it today.
Monica?
Sometimes the Sharks just don't get it right. While it's fun to see the Sharks totally humiliate.
Okay, so I've just shared the link with you. The problem that I've identified is that if you click the link, since it's broken into 2 lines, it doesn't pick it up. So can you copy the entire link and paste it in your browser and then try to run it, okay? So I have the questions dialog box open. This video is about wrong assessment by the sharks of 5 business ideas which are now making billions. So there's some very successful business ideas which were not picked up right, but they are now making a lot of money. So yes, I'm just going to give you the name of the video as well. Just a second. Let me minimize it. Here we go. Yes, I've pasted the name of the video in the questions box as well. Okay. All right. Okay. WhatsApp group as well. My data is probably not helping me. So let's very quickly watch it. It's a 6 minutes video. So 7 to 7. Okay. Here we go. I'm going on silent and my video will be off. Okay, great. Daniel is done watching. What about others? Are you done watching? Yes, done. Okay, there are 60 other people. Who has not spoken? Alina Seher, Sayed Saad, and Sheikh Mohammed Waqas. So I want the three of you, Alina, Saad, and Sheikh Mohammed, please raise your hands. I want you to speak. Asad, you've spoken before. I think let's give others a chance. I think Sarah Batul was also the one who'd spoken, who wanted to speak earlier. But Alina, here we go. You're unmuted. And I'm looking at Sayed Saad and Sheikh Mohammed. I think it's Sheikh Mohammed Waqas, isn't it? Yeah, Sheikh Mohammed Waqas. Yes, Adina, go on, please.
Okay, hi everybody. So
Hi, Adina.
basically, what I gathered from this video is that if your idea is unique enough and it sits with the right audience, you can still go to succeed even if somebody else do not believe in it. It's more like you have to keep working and believe on it. If you're, you're confident about it and you have faith on it, then eventually it will become successful, because in each of those ideas it was something different. And I think the main problem was with the pitches of the people, or somewhere where the people were not really ready to give up a great amount of equity even when they got the offers. So that's why there was not any deal done. But it in itself, every idea was quite different and quite unique, and was really, it sits with the right audience. So that was what I gained.
Great, thank you very much. Excellent, good pick. Sarah
Thank
Batul. Sarah, yeah, thank you, Adina. Sarah and Saad is also there. Let's hear from Saad first. Saad, you are unmuted. And after that, Sarah.
Hello everyone.
Sarah, I unmuted you as well. Yes,
What do
Saad,
I
go
do?
on.
जी
Sarah,
Assalamu alaikum. I think Hijab pointed out correctly what I had to say, but just to add on more to it, that this
sorry, Sarah. I'd asked Saad already to speak. So I'll unmute you once he's spoken. Yes, Saad.
Hello everyone.
Yes, Saad. Hello. Yes, Saad, go on, please. Saad, we could hear you. Please go on. No? Okay, Saad, we'll come back to you afterwards now. Sarah. Yes, Sarah, apologies. Please go on.
No, of course not. My point was basically the same as Hijab's, but just to add on to it, that I think the simplicity of ideas, sticking to it, like, we kind of tend to reject simple ideas, even within ourselves, even if we have one. So again, the self-belief and the simple idea can really work together. That's my take. Like, just keep it simple as well. Do not go for it. If somebody rejects it, then we start to, change it, improvise it, make it more complex. You don't really have to do it. So, being clear in it, in your idea. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Exactly. So if you've done your homework, right, if you've ticked all the boxes, if you've, thought through your product, um, yes, Zara, I know there's a bit of an issue with the network today. So if you've thought through the product, any amount of criticism or any amount of discouragement should not hold you back from it. Okay. So these are two extreme ends. These two videos that we have watched, these are two extreme ends. So, a situation in which the foot fairy, for example, they're not prepared, they were enthusiastic, they hadn't done their homework well. They got an offer which to me was a ridiculous offer, 40% equity, $100,000. But then on top of that, every control, all the control taken away from them, right? And they went in for it. As opposed to people who were rejected or who were made unattractive offers and they walked away, but they had other ways of financing. So crowdfunding, for example, and this was mentioned in the video. and these products they picked up very, very well, and they were fantastic. Look at the amount of sales that they were mentioning that they were able to generate in a year or so. Okay, anybody else? Who was the third person? Sheikh Mohammed Waqas. Yes, Waqas, will you come in now? And yes, here we go. Sheikh Mohammed Waqas, anything other than what has been discussed? I have unmuted you. Please unmute yourself.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम I wanted to add from the opinions that have been already had an opportunity. They also saw an opportunity to come on the show to advertise what they had, and they took that show as a stepping stone as well to gain a greater market. So
Very
if
good.
you get an opportunity to float your ideas in a public forum, you shouldn't back off just because if they don't get picked up or not. That's what I wanted to add.
Yeah, I think very well picked up. These people, I mean, they were not, they would not stop because of criticism or unattractive offers by five sharks. They use this forum for their own projection or projection of the product, right? Or in fact, if they hadn't used it, I mean, it was taken as that. I mean, there were other people watching, right? There were other investors watching the show, and they picked up, right? So there's always, a world beyond yours. If you're aware of that, if you're aware of those individuals, if you're, broad-based, very, very broad thinker, things will fall your way. So I think that was another very interesting pick. Okay, I think we've done this much so far. We have about 45 minutes left before we end today's session. What I want you to do is take about 15 minutes between now and 7:30, as in 15 minutes. Let's go back to our business model canvas, which is up here. You can see it on your screen. And let's start filling it up, from the value proposition, customer segment, and the customer side of it. I mean, the right side of it. So let's start filling it up. Give yourself 15 minutes. All the instructions, the help that you require in understanding what needs to be put in these boxes is available. Between now and the next week, the end of next week, we are going to continuously work on this business model. Okay, we're going to think through, think deep. We're going to present probably tomorrow and in the next week. I'm going to call in Tehmina, and I'm sure you know Tehmina Shahryar. She was there in the orientation session. I'm going to call in Tehmina. I'm going to call in a few other successful business owners who are ACCA members in Pakistan. I would love to engage people from Sri Lanka and Bangladesh as well. I'm trying to get hold of them. So I'm going to bring them in, and I'm going to put them in front of you, and or rather put you in front of them. You will be presenting your business ideas to them. You will be, and they will validate it, and they will act as sharks, as venture capitalists. So they may not offer you an investment as such, but they will be, your sounding board initially before we go on to make the final pitch. Of course, there's going to be a second stage of business valuation, which is going to be at the end, and towards that, I think we would have made it perfect, and then we would want to bring in an actual VC or an actual what do you call it, incubator, and see if see if we can present before them. Okay, so that will be some interesting work that we will do. All right, so we've got 15 minutes from now. I'm going to go on mute for 15 minutes. All of you know what you have to do. I'm looking at the questions box. Sarah, yes, if you want to see this model, it's there in the handouts, okay? So you can download this model from the handouts.
I've also
Anybody
shared
else?
the model in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Feroz. It's in the WhatsApp group as well. Great, okay. All right, so 15 minutes. Yes, start putting your thoughts on this canvas, okay? Start populating it. Yeah. Okay, you got 15 minutes. 15 minutes, of course, is not enough. I'm just looking at the basic concepts, okay? And in the last half an hour, we will then ask you people to present. Let's evaluate it within ourselves. And once we're done today, yes, it will carry on Saturday as well. So Zara, yes, the answer to your question when you're saying was on Saturday, this will be our exercise. Yes, for Saturday, this is what we're going to work on. But then on Saturday, you're going to partially complete it and discuss it within the group, within your own group. Okay. So you should be willing and ready to share your business ideas on the in that session. Yes, you need to present it in that session, and then when you come back, there will be more experts or expert ACCA members who will guide you through the process, who will help you in it as well. Yabka, I'm going to just repeat what I've just said. I know the internet is very patchy today. So what you're going to do is go to the WhatsApp group or go to the handouts. The business model that you see on the screen, you have to start populating it. And what we've just decided or shared with you is you start with the value proposition, then you start with customer segments, relationships, and channels. I mean, fill this part of the canvas for now in the next 15 minutes. So you're left with about 11 now. So you fill this up and then you come back and start presenting. Okay, I hope that should be clear. So I'm going on mute and I'm switching off my video. I'll see you exactly in 10 more minutes. Okay, we are back. So let's see if anybody has done this bit and wants to share. I was just having a look at the list of participants, and I can see that there are many who have never spoken. So let's give them a chance. Uh, Internet is really bad today. So Aish has not spoken today, has been active otherwise. Deepak Kumar has not spoken. Ahmad Khan, Hassan Farrukh Sultan, Ikra Shahid, Hasnan Mahmood, Hasnan Hussain has not spoken today. Lareb, Kamrul Hassan Nahid, Kamran Hasnan, Makbul Ahmad. These are the active guys. Anas Daniel and Muzaffar. Yeah, great. You've been very participative. Haris, Hamza Ali, Sajid Yahya. Mukhazir has been quiet today. Nadia has been active, yes. Nipa Hazara. Noor Jan, you've never spoken. I don't know why. Saad Ihtisham, Sufyan Ashraf, Tadzirul Ikram, Sayyida Naqvi. Understandable, Aish. Okay. But we want to be you to be active. Tanushrika, you've never spoken. You must interact with us. Uzair Ahmad, Waqas Amjad Khan, Iman Rashid. All right, okay. So who's willing to share their model? Very initial, early stages, but the first raindrop. Sure. Then Ushrika, we'll love to hear from you. Okay, Aish, no problem. I mean, I think you'll have to listen to the recordings, watch the videos. Anybody else who would like to come in and share the work? Are these old hands or new hands? I'm not sure. If I can lower all hands and once again start. Vakas, okay, noted. Zahra Azam, you should be able to see the screen. I think everybody else is watching. But okay, so who's coming forward? Who's presenting? I mean, raise hands, please. Who has done the initial work? Hand raises. Guys, hurry up, we're losing time. We don't want to go beyond 8, about 25 minutes left. Do I see a hand raised? Not yet. Oh, there we go. Muzaffar Hussain, our friend. Muzaffar, unmuted. Yes, are you ready to present?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum assalam, Muzaffar.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, my friend. Are you willing to go ahead? Muzaffar, are you willing to go ahead? Internet again. Yes, Feroz, I know I'm live, but Muzaffar is probably gone. Muzaffar, can you hear us? No, Muzaffar, you're not audible. Although you are unmuted, but you're not audible. Will you like to present? I can make you a presenter or panelist, but you will have to check your internet connectivity first. I was able to hear you shortly, but then you went offline. Other hand raises, please keep them coming. Muzaffar is the brave one. We are trying to put him on. Muzaffar, check your audio connection once again and come back. I can make you a presenter in the meanwhile. Yes, Muzaffar, we should be able to see your screen now as well. If you're sharing your screen. Oh, we heard you. There we go.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay.
You can switch back to your business model.
Yes.
Right now we can see your WhatsApp screen.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible, but we can see your WhatsApp
Yes.
communication. So yeah, that's the one we want to see. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
First of all, the value proposition.
Mhm.
Basically, I would like to offer the customer so my services is like that they can take the right business decision. And that will be my value proposition.
A consultancy service.
Yeah. Because I'm currently working as an assistant manager, and I don't have any business. I need to think about it.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So you'll have to refine it. When you say the right business decision, that's very broad, right? So if you're saying you want to set up your own consultancy and this is what you will offer as a value proposition to your clients, that's where the conversation begins. Okay.
Okay.
Right. What else have you
Basically, I
got?
would like to help the business. Sometimes it's happened, especially in a small medium organization, that they do business and they are only have the owner manager normally run the business, and they don't have many focus on the reporting side. So, sometimes their all focus goes into running the business, and they
Promotion
keep
and
their record just on a notebook here and there. And when it comes to include investor, or even when they need to make more investment, they need to know about where the business actually is. And they need to know about that to make the decision. And my organization will help to make that decision, because we will try to uh, accumulate all that transaction and converting them into report. So based on that, they can make their business decision. It can be including other partners, or make more investment or more money into the business.
Okay, partners we'll discuss separately, but let's now go on to what bundles of products and services are we offering to each customer segment. So let's hear about that.
Okay, I will help them design the chart of account, but because most of the time they just record transaction in different names. So that make that difficult in gauging the business expenses. So first of all, I just group them properly, and that's why we need a chart of account. I will help them designing that. And if they want to make investment in accounting software. I will also help them to implement them and train their staff as well, so that they can operate that and make the entry, and that will finally help them to get the report and make the decision.
Okay. So, Muzaffar, I hope you understand that you will also have to look at your unique selling proposition. So, what is going to be unique in your business? What would attract the client to you rather than anybody else offering the same service? I'm sure there are many organizations who are offering chart of accounts designing, software implementation, staff training, ERP implementation. So I'm sure you're aware of your unique selling proposition.
Okay, basically, small medium organization are not willing or don't have that luxury to pay much about this implementation. At the same time, they need the expertise service.
Right.
So most of the time, what happens, they pay very less, and that's why the consultant don't have that much expertise, and that's why finally they get the report that actually don't serve their purpose. And what my understanding is, I have worked in this organization, work in this industry many years, and I do have understanding about many accounting software. If I can provide this service to many customer at the same time, I can keep the running cost low, and I will make the whole work or operation in the online, and with the cheapest possible source, but focus on the expertise area, keep into 2 or 3 people, so that the cost level will be lower.
So your
And I
unique
will
selling
give the
proposition
same service, same quality full service with minimum cost. That is the key.
So low cost is your USP, is it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. What else? I mean, if I have to ask you, fine, low cost, but the value delivery. Where do you see your value proposition making sense to the customer even at a lower price? What would attract them? And then the next question is going to be, which channels are you going to use to promote your services to customer segments? And who are your customers? So you said SMEs are your targeted customers. So how will you access them or approach them?
Okay. First of all, I think I will offer them the timing is the very crucial thing for them. Most of the time, they need the report, make the reporting very short time, and where we need to do the transaction entry system and all other thing very quickly. In that case, I have experience to bring transaction quickly into the system. There is some add-ons that can bring the transaction very quickly into the software and finally accumulate the report. And so if they need the report very quickly, I can help them in that perspective.
Okay. All right.
And second thing, channel. I will use online definitely. In that case, Facebook, and I mostly focused on word of mouth because it is a trusting issue. Most of the time, organization look for internal reference. I will try to deliver first of all of our customer, first 10 to 15 customer, first of all I will take them and solve their problem, and it will definitely make them spread our business and bring more customer and to interest about it.
I think you could be a little more thoughtful than that. You're talking about channels. So when you're talking about small and medium enterprises, they're normally their chambers of commerce or their traders unions or their or various such forums where there's a gathering of the target market that you are targeting of SMEs, for example. So rather than just word of mouth, you could think about using those relevant forums to offer your services. And since you're offering low cost, it automatically becomes a unique selling proposition. Therefore, you should be thinking about that as a channel. Later on, the other part of this business model where you're talking about partners, that is where you'll start thinking about making such platforms or making those chambers of commerce, for example, or the trade bodies, making them a partner to your proposition, yeah, and offering
Very good
services
points.
on their platform through which you could, give them a technical advantage of, look, we are a commerce body and we offer such services at a reduced price to our members, and therefore giving them a part of your unique proposition as well, not necessarily monetary terms, but giving them something to bank on as well. So that's that. I want Sharks now to start to bring in and question Muzaffar. Muzaffar has done the preliminary work only. We should understand that. So I'm looking at people who would want to ask Muzaffar questions. So it could be hand raises or it could be questions typed in the questions box. Come on, please. Muzaffar has presented, and Muzaffar's idea is about a consultancy service where he's going to offer charts of account designing, accounting software implementations, training of staff, etc., as a service. The USP is cost and accuracy. All right, we've got 3 hand raises. I hope you are, oh, 2 or 3. All right, okay. I hope you are ready, Muzaffar. Don't be defensive.
Yes, sir.
Take the criticism positively, and I hope the questions will be very relevant as well. So, Kamran, you going first, Sarah next, and Anas third. Kamran, you've been unmuted.
Okay, hello everyone.
Hi, Kamran.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is like your
Can't hear.
services about consultancy, chart of account design, and accounting software implementation. Don't you think so? There are others, like a lot of. How do you see, like, how you have to encounter them? What's the difference?
Kamran, I think you're talking about competition. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, Kamran, I can hear you now.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to convey your question. You got interrupted in between. So Muzaffar, the question is, there could be other organizations offering the same services. How do you plan to counter them?
Okay. Basically, my focus is increase the customer so that I can provide the service in a low cost based. I make the service low cost. So in that case, I will focus on online platform. Most of the service provider are based on heavily fixed asset based organization, and that's why their charge is very high. And if I can, I could do that. In that case, my service will be cheap, and that will bring more customer, and customer will choose me in that context.
Okay, but the customers are usually like want their financial information very confidential, and there is a risk in when we are going online, right? Confidentiality risk is always there when you are going online. For example, you are
It doesn't mean that I am taking the data from online. What I'm talking about that our full system will be in online, so that we no need to have physical area in our possession, like taking any office or any other things. There is a many cloud solution. Okay, that can be RDP or any web-based solution. And after that, we will ensure that our staff or their staff are providing their data into the system, and that will populate their data. In most of the cases, other consultancy firm, what is they are doing? They are engaging their staff into a physical location. That will cost them a lot.
Okay.
And there will
But
be
don't
security,
why
definitely. In cloud area, there will be security so that transaction can not be just steal from the online.
Yes, I think
okay, but
what you also need to start thinking about is a non-disclosure agreement. So, for example, you will ensure that your organization find data leakage or on through online mediums is one issue, and that can be secured. But I think Kamran is also referring to the fact why should businesses share their confidential information with you? So, I mean, with their trust. So I think that can be countered through a non-disclosure agreement or acting, I mean, looking very, very professional on the onset when you're saying you can trust us with your data, and this is the non-disclosure agreement that you're going to sign for your organization. Nothing is going to go out from this organization, from our consultancy, to anybody else outside. So I think that's one way of establishing trust right at the beginning. But like Muzaffar was saying, he's going to build up on word of mouth. So once it starts happening, once this ball is set to roll, then automatically that trust and the brand name visibility will help in that aspect as well. Okay.
okay.
Let's move on to Sarah Batul now. Sarah, I'm going to unmute you, and there's a question that Zara Azam has put up. I'm going to read that out.
Thank you, Harun
Unmuted.
Saab. Gee, thank you. Firstly, it's a great idea, Muzaffar. But I think you might have to consider your USP, considering you want to go low cost. And it seems like with like less resources on your hand too, like human employees, as I see that you intend to have just few resources with you. Am I right? Did I hear you correctly there?
Not few
Hello?
resources. What I am looking for, that is those expenses or capital that need for inefficient things that is not directly linked with my service, like physical location are not going to helping me anyway to entering the transaction or providing my service. Rather, I will invest in technology, a different add-on or programmer
Yeah.
that will help me to provide my service properly. I will cut all the capital or all the fixed asset cost that is not directly relevant to my service.
Agreed, agreed. But I still think that it might be a little difficult for you to make it low cost, because when you want to gain trust and stand out from the competition, then you'll probably be investing in better technologies and probably better interfaces and stuff like these. And secondly, I think just to give you a suggestion that for training staff online, I personally believe that it would be better to do it like physically, have some of them like physical classes rather than online implementation, because sometimes internet is chopping off or any other issue. I mean, it's much more efficient when you're doing it on probably a projector, and then they're doing it side by side, they're learning side by side, their staff, and you could see the results there and then. So a lot of stuff could be managed well if you consider this too. These are my 2 cents on this, but a great idea definitely. So all the best.
Thank you. And in the context of training, what I want to say, if I can provide it online, already I have given lots of time training online. But if sometime it's happened that I can give this training in the customer premises. It is also because that staff are going to sit there, so there is definitely will be an arrangement. I will go there and train in their physical location. I won't hire a location for
But then,
training.
you know, yes, agreed. But you know, eventually, if you want to have like a professional feel to yourself, so maybe you know more professional premises where you could brand yourself too. I mean, brand image has an impact too. So you know, if you have a special small office or anything, you could begin with. But probably, I still think that you might face difficulty making it low cost, which changes your USP altogether. So that's how I see it. But yeah,
Okay,
I
thank
know
you.
what you mean, that you could use it that way too. But then competition is the thing, and gaining trust is the thing too. Keeping it professional. So yeah,
I
probably
think what
Harun sir
Sarah
add on to
is
that.
implying, yeah, I think what Sarah is implying is that it will be difficult to gain that trust only with a virtual presence. So, Sarah, this could be something which is very localized. So, for example, I may say that this could be a very local to Pakistan issue. In other parts of the world, I think online presence is as credible because online services or online platforms are very heavily regulated as well. So, online presence is equally credible in some other parts of the world. So, there could be a local context to it, but I'll let Muzaffar answer that as well. Muzaffar, you would want to
But
say anything about it?
Yes, in our country, online market is very popular. And for making the trust thing, I will definitely add some testimonial. And basically, I focused on word of mouth. When it is spread, it will bring more customer to my end, and I will eventually take their testimonial and add them into my website and their contact number as well. If someone want to contact them, they can contact with that person as well. Even both of them might be know each other because they are gonna be same industry.
I hear you, yeah. I guess Harun sir, you're right. It's probably a localized issue, but do you think that investing in heavy technologies and better softwares is a heavy cost as well? Probably just an initial cost or maybe a running cost too. Could you comment on that for my own information too, like how ACC does it? That I think they really have good platforms through which they connect to even students or members or whoever.
Yeah, so I think it can be viewed in many different ways. So, for example, if that investment in technology brings in efficiency, yes, it is a better investment rather than bricks and mortar, which is just probably poised to generate trust or in today's day and age, mainly an expense which doesn't have much of an impact on your performance. So I can take ACC's example there. So would you believe that ACCA has now given a directive that having experienced future ways of working or allowing people to work from home, we're going to very carefully check KPIs, check work performance, but allow our colleagues who don't want to be present in a physical location unless they have a meeting with a customer, a client, a stakeholder, they can stay home and completely in their own premises work on their assigned KPIs and objectives. So the modern ways of working are heading in that direction. I know for a fact that there are organizations in Pakistan where physical attendance is still mandatory, but I see ACCA as a forward-looking organization which has already taken this decision of allowing its workforce to work from from their own site. So I think what the bargain is. So if the bargain is yes, Daniel, I'll just unmute you in a bit. If the bargain is invest in technology which is going to make you more efficient. So, for example, ACCA invested in purchasing a license for Microsoft Teams, yeah, which is something that you also use, yeah, in your unmoderated sessions. It is so very extensively used for communicating with within ACCA's colleagues internally. All our meetings, all our online work, it happens on Microsoft Teams. We are now slowly replacing Microsoft Outlook with communicating on Teams. You can imagine, that's the pace with which we are working. So that's, the comparison that I was talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
So Sarah, if we can move on to Daniel, I'm going to unmute Daniel, and then I'm going to read some comments from Tanushrika and Athar as well. So Daniel, I've unmuted you.
Yes, sir. I want to add something from here that the model he just presented, like Muzaffar presented here, it's like nowadays it's very common in market. Even in Pakistan, I have worked a lot of these softwares here. Like you can see in small businesses, maybe we can say flour mills or some manufacturing industry, even in sports industry specifically, like in Sialkot. So these softwares are like very normal these days, like on day-to-day routine work, and these are not like super expensive technology, because I think once there are a lot of templates available in today's time, and most of the softwares are working on the same templates along even in different industries. There's just a little bit of change in some specific products which they want to add in those softwares. And second thing, like in the market, I think even in Pakistan there is a lot of online stuff coming these days, virtual conferences, virtual meetings. From I can say from last 2 years I was working totally on virtual meetings, and I got a lot of business in my hand still.
Okay, I think if I can very quickly try to answer some part of your question, then I'll hand over to Muzaffar, of course. Daniel, the thing is that when we're talking about small and medium enterprises, we're mainly looking at the smaller organizations who may not have the capability, the talent, the time, the expertise to even pick up an off-the-shelf software and accurately, with full confidence, implemented in the organization. So that's the value proposition Muzaffar is bringing in.
Yes, sir. I want to add something. If you allow me to add something, nowadays, like most of these softwares are fully automated. Even a simple person with a little bit of knowledge can handle all of the work with a training of like maybe couple of days. I have seen a lot in Pakistan industry even, and like there are some technical softwares available also. But if you train those people virtually, most of the people could try to run their own business after that, and it won't work. It will work if you made us contract before training with them.
Yeah. So Danya, what I was about to complete before saying was that, when you're talking about small and medium enterprise, we're really talking about, sole proprietorships, own, single person, or, even if it is partnerships, it's a very small partnership. So once again, at that stage, it's probably, if you talk about, Pakistan, people at that earlier stage are less interested in investing too much into accounting and business manpower, right? They will just try to bring in a person who probably manage cash, manage bank accounts, manage reconciliations, and for such a person to come out and pick up a software and try to implement it, may or may not work. But I let Muzaffar answer that question as well. And at the same time, Muzaffar, Tanushrika has suggested in the questions dialog box that online trainings can be highly recommendable, as these trainings can be recorded by the trainee, and whenever they get stuck or in need of later when required. So yes, to that question that Sarah was posing, that you should focus more on face-to-face trainings. I mean, this is something that has come about, that on-demand trainings, recordings, which I mean, this is exactly what we are also doing in 6 Digits. We are sharing training recording links with all of you to go back and view once again. So fully agree, Tanushka. Thank you very much. Akhtar is saying that what security measures Muzaffar would be taking for payment transfer once the job is done. So Muzaffar, let's take Akhtar's question later. Let's answer Daniel's first, and then we'll come to Akhtar, and that should naturally bring us to the end of today's session. So very quickly, Muzaffar.
Okay, thanks all for their question. For answer of the Daniel question, what is his thinking is that the organization can easily apply the template, and the software in today's days are very much automated, and it is easy for them. But it's true for when the organization start the implementation from the very beginning of their business or starting the transaction. But what happened most of the time, as I said earlier, that organization more focus on running the business, and they forget about their day-to-day expenses and reporting, and that's why their their transaction just not that much organized, so that that can be easily put into the transaction. And that's where and that's what I'm focus on. I am looking for the SME. They have run for 1 or 2 years, but now just want to be organized and go for growth actually, and so that they have past data but they are not organized. First of all, I will help them, our organization will help them to organize them, their data, and proper accounting has been applied for that transaction, and after that bring into the system. And another point is those software. Sometimes softwares are costly for one SME, but if I invest for a software, it can be done that I can make the reporting from the same software for 50 to 60 single SMEs. I can bring all of them, their transaction, into the same system and report them separately. That will bring the cost down.
Okay.
And
yeah.
other things,
The other question was about payments. How will you make sure of payments once the job is done?
Okay, in our area there is a BFTN facility. We can bring the payment online, and there can be retainer advance payment before you start the working. And these payment gateways are highly secured.
Excellent. So Athar Mukhtar, something for you to consider in Pakistan as a business opportunity, probably. There are others. I mean, there are some platforms that have come up. So, for example, Park Bank.
So I want to add here. There are most of the softwares that nowadays they are like on trial basis. First, they want you to test it, and then they, if it's more like expensive, so they sell you in like installments, and it's very common nowadays here.
Okay. Yes, Muzaffar. Anything to that?
Okay, but this is not about only software, but also someone they need someone with the correct level of expertise, so they can organize their transaction. In that part, they need us, even if they can buy the software.
And in fact,
okay,
one suggestion that I would
discuss it on Saturday. Not that much automated that just we scan the document and they will convert it into report, I think.
Muzaffar, I would suggest that you should also focus micro and SME. So include micro organizations as well, when you're thinking about
Yes, sir.
yeah, one people, two people, or yeah. So micro to small. I think that could be a good
I would like
proposition.
to help them be organized and then move up and go for other consultant who have high level of physical area or so.
So see, Muzaffar, even during this questioning, you know, all these questions, they've made you think deeper into your product, think
Yes,
deeper
yes.
into your
Thanks
service.
for
Yeah.
their asking.
Yeah. So what we would want you to do is that fill up this business model canvas with more details, right? With deeper details, and then bring it out. Okay. And Saturday is your day. Discuss it within your groups, present, which means prepare before that, and then come in and present. Okay. And that's where you can sort of take it to the next level. Okay, do try to complete up key activities, do try to complete resources, channels, what other things will you consider when you're finalizing your business plan. So thank you very much. I think we're done for the day. We have taken a few minutes over, about 15 minutes over. So thank you very much. Useful conversation, I feel. Getting you to think, getting you to jog your minds, but thinking more creative. Muzaffar, excellent job. You came in, you're very, initial information, but you very confidently presented, you very confidently answered questions. So I would want more people to come up with their plans, and so that we should be time pressured to accommodate as many business models as possible. Thank you all very much. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the unmoderated session on Saturday. Come back on Monday and on Tuesday, and we will have Tehmina, who's a business owner herself, and she is a lot into trainings and into IFRS implementations, and etc., etc. So she will be able to give a very good perspective of how does she run her business, and you could direct your questions to her in the same manner. So Tehmina is the person she's an ACCM member, senior ACCM member, and she runs her own consultancy. So Muzaffar, your business plan is going to be very, very relevant when discussed with her. So thank you very much. Take good care of yourself, and goodbye for now, and see you very soon. Bye.